Mind of the Meanie is now an exclusive brand partner with WWEshop.com. Pick up all your favorite new merchandise from Roman Reigns,
Acknowledge me,
Cody Rhodes,
I have to finish the story,
LA Knight,
let me talk to you,
and more using our exclusive link in the show notes. Click below and show your support today for your favorite WWE superstar at WWEshop.com.
Yeah!
You know, Meanie,
What's that, Adam?
we hear this a lot. Every CBD company tells you that their product is the best. With quality control measures like lab testing and QR codes now becoming the standard, it can start to seem like all CBD brands are the same, but I'm here to tell you something, Meanie. They are not. Knowing what makes certain brands better will help you spend your money more wisely and have more confidence as you incorporate CBD oils, topicals, capsules, or gummies into your own wellness routine. And that's why we're proud to partner with Green Road CBD as an official sponsor of Mind of the Meanie. And Meanie, I know you're a longtime user of Green Road CBD. How has Green Road CBD helped you in your life?
Let me tell you, Green Road CBD is a product I've been using for years. And when we started Mind of the Meanie, I always was like, let's get Green Roads as a sponsor because I use them almost daily. Whether it's the gummies, you know, to take care of the aches and pains of 30 years of wrestling, the topical solutions, to help my knees, help my back, help my elbows, help my shoulders. Green Road CBD has done everything to help me maintain a pain-free existence from all the years of wear and tear as a professional wrestler.
And to me, Meanie, that sounds like the Green Road's difference. And it comes down to a really few important points. They're just part of the reason that they've won industry awards year after year, earned thousands of five-star reviews, and have heard countless stories from customers just like you about the impact that those products have had on your life. So Green Roads is led by a compounding pharmacist with 25 years of experience helping her community getting healthy. For her and the entire company, it's more than just a job, it's a mission. And not all hemp sourcing is equal, Meanie. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. But they select their hemp from high-quality American farms, and also not all lab testing is equal, which is why they use an accredited independent lab to conduct full panel tests on every single batch. And that's why Green Roads is an original manufacturer, not just a quote-unquote white label brand. So right now, you can go to greenroads.com, Meanie, and save 25% off of your entire purchase. Wow. 25% off of everything, Meanie. That's huge. And all you have to do is go to their website right now, greenroads.com, and use promo code MEANIE at checkout. It's 25% off your entire purchase by using promo code MEANIE at greenroads.com. Own the day with Green Road CBD, and we thank them for sponsoring the program.
This is the Mind of the Meanie. Here are your hosts, the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard.
Peace, world, and welcome everybody to the Mind of the Meanie, your weekly peek into the world, according to former WWE superstar and ECW original, the Blue Meanie. We'll cover wrestling, music, movies, sports, and lots of useless knowledge, all contained in the Mind of the Meanie. I'm your tour guide, Adam Barnard, and he is the Blue Meanie. Meanie! What's on your mind?
Fucking drones, bro.
Woo-wee. Man, dude.
It's the end of the world as we know it.
Strangely, I feel fine.
Yeah.
Man.
There's been I've watched the news, you know, there's been an infestation of drones and just not like your typical drones, but just like big ass drones and it's bizarre, you know. It's just like, you know, because I'm a big fan of the world of UAP and UFO, and I don't want to say this is that, but you know, I don't know what it is.
It's wild, man. I've been reading the reports because we talked about it last week, and we kind of discussed a little bit about what's been happening. And I think we only kind of knew that they were like a little bit of drones, and they were in like kind of small areas and maybe in New Jersey.
Yeah.
And so then I wake up, or I get home last night, or was it Friday night? Maybe I think it was Friday night when I messaged you, and I'm coming home from work late, and Mrs. Goober says to me, "You're not going to believe this, but there's the drones outside of our house." Wow. And so I live in a cul-de-sac in Downingtown, right? And it's like a big, circle. And so when I look out of my window here, I see the other block of houses, and then there's big fields and shit over on the side, right? And so I drop my stuff, I throw my bag down, and I go outside, and I look up in the sky, and standing from my house, and I'll post the videos on our social media page that I sent to Meanie. You can follow us at Mind of the Meanie on all forms of social media, but I'll post them. And when I look to my right, on the one side of my house, I could see two of them in the sky, but they were kind of higher up, right? Yeah. They were the red and green lights, same lights that you've been seeing everywhere. I looked straight off to my right. I think it was my right or my left. I can't remember on the video. And there were another two over there that were a little bit farther away. Yeah, it was on the left-hand side, over on the other side over here. Same lights, red and green. And then I looked off to my other left here. There's a playground over in the neighborhood where the kids play. And I looked up, and there was another set of red and green lights. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Right.
So that's 5 at least, right?
Yeah.
So I took the videos, I sent them to you, and I messaged Courtney because she was over at one of our friends' house. And she's like, yeah, there were more than that out here earlier. I said, what do you mean there were more? How many were out there? And she was like, I don't know, maybe close to 10. I was like, what do you mean? That's insanity.
Right.
And so now, we talked about before, we even in our when we're chatting and I'm sending you the videos, it's we don't want to ring the bells like that, but it's also what the fuck is going on? What is all this shit?
Yeah. It's it's interesting, man, just because interesting and frustrating because of course the longer people don't say what it is, the longer, people are going to come up with their own conspiracy theories. And, people go, oh, it's just kids messing with people. No, it's definitely not kids. These things are just supposedly the size of cars, and whatever, battery they're using allows them to fly for up to 10 hours. And,
crazy.
Listen to most experienced drone flyers. They say, you're lucky to get 45 minutes out of a battery of a drone. And that's, in good weather. Cold weather, the batteries tend to die a little bit sooner. But it's, I was just, before we came on here, I was watching a report, and, somebody said, somebody saw about 50 of them coming.
Wow.
Coming off of the ocean. And, they sent the Coast Guard out, and the Coast Guard saw at least 13 to 15 that was following their boat.
Wow.
So it's, and again, I don't know how this is not the biggest news story on every news channel right now, there's people like, oh, there's planes. Dude, I know what a fucking plane looks like.
Well, right. Let me be clear, too, on this. After actually seeing them, they were not, they weren't regular drones. I mean, even as high up as they were in the air, they were not, that was not a regular type of drone. Them one of them little ones with the, with the fucking fans on the side and shit. They were way bigger than any of the drones that I've ever seen personally.
A buddy of mine, I'll wait for him to say something, but he sent me a video from his house. He had he's over in Deptford, New Jersey.
Oh, wow.
He saw 10 of them around his house.
Same, man.
Yeah, he's over by the kind of near the Deptford Mall, and he's like, dude, look at this.
Yeah.
And he sent me the video, and you can see it clear as day.
Yeah, here's Mass Sanity saying, I'm in northern New Jersey, and I've seen some of the drones or whatever they are. Yeah, I have no idea, man. I have no idea. It's crazy, bro.
Your guess is as good as mine, but they're definitely not planes.
Not at all, no. I mean, I wish maybe I can see if I can get one of these videos on here. I'll put it in the middle of us so I can show you one of the ones I sent to Meanie the other night, if that's all right.
Yeah.
Let me just save this real fast, and I'll try to
Mine of the Meanie exclusive.
That's it. I wish I had that clip from Sam saying exclusive. Let's see. Let me try to save this again. And we'll keep it moving here. But yeah, it was like, I knew as soon as it happened, I was like, oh, I got to tell Meanie. I got to let Meanie know right now. There's no way. Oh, here it is. Okay. Let me try to airdrop this, y'all. And I promise I'll get this up on the screen. But thank you for joining us today, this morning. Good morning. We are happy to see you here on a Sunday morning. Thank you for being patient with us. We have a lot to talk about today between this and then also Saturday night's main event. So I am not as usually, I'm not as on point today as I'd like to be, but excuse me.
I don't think either of us are. That little baseball, it's like 9:30 on Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And I was partaking in some daddy sodas last night at McCusker's. And I'm getting ready for the Eagles game today. But I figured, I had so much stuff going on throughout the week.
Yeah.
That Sunday morning was the only time we had to get together.
Yeah.
And to do the show. But I've been steadfast, following the news, and I have a couple lists I make on Twitter, for different things, Philly sports, this, that, the other thing. I got a list of like UFO, UAP accounts I follow, and just following the news for whatever this is has been fascinating. And people think that this isn't a new thing right now. It's like a year ago, our Air Force in the Langley Air Force Base had an incursion of drones for like 2 weeks.
What?
Just hovering over an Air Force base. Now, if you or I went and got a drone and tried to fly it over a U.S. Air Force base,
yeah, dude,
we'd be in jail right.
Oh, for sure. Unquestionably.
There's a weapons facility in North Jersey, or Pickaninny or something, whatever it's called.
Yeah. They're
flying drones over that. It's just like they're flying over things they're probably not legally allowed to fly over. And nothing's being done.
No, nobody. And that's the thing, is nobody's saying anything either. Nobody's saying anything. Right. They're not releasing whatever it is, or they're not like it's all bullshit. And like, I think it was Courtney or you, or maybe you sent me a video where it was like there was a guy sitting at maybe it was Carl too, sent me a video of somebody sitting at one of the panels, and they were like, can't you tell us what this is? And you could tell the guy was just totally bullshitting, right? Like he was totally lying. He was like, oh no, no, we don't know what it is. I'm like, you're fucking lying. I can see it all over your face. I know a bullshitter when I see one, and that's you, brother. It's the world of conspiracies. I don't know, Meanie. What do you think? What say you, Meanie? Got my Jesse shirt on today.
I love how they say, well, it's definitely not a foreign adversary. It's definitely not hostile intent. Well, if you definitely know what it's not, then what is it?
Well, that's, again, like we said last week, it was like, if you guys know what it is, and you're like, if you know what this is, and you're not disputing this, you're leaving this open for everybody to be like, okay, this could be a real serious problem. Like, now you're stirring up all this shit, but we're all clearly seeing this. Like, everything is here. I'm pretty sure I'll check my messages when I show you these videos, but I'm pretty sure Carl saw something out there as well in Arizona. But I have these are the 3 videos I sent from my house from I think it was Friday night when I sent them to Meanie in our Facebook chat. I have not edited these videos. It's a little bit grainy, but you should be able to see the flashing light. So this is number 1 right here.
Okay, I don't know if you can see them, but do you see those 2 things flashing right there? Them's the Johns that have been flying around our house all night, apparently. It's 7:50, and it's the 13th of December, just for time purposes, in case someone picks me up overnight. Like if they take me up, which kind of would be great if they did take me up, honestly, because this Trump shit, I just can't deal with.
Sorry. Here's number 2.
I'm going to try to zoom in over here too. These are a little harder to see just because of the lights, but there's 2 over here too. The one's a little lost in the clouds, but the second one I think you can see flashing.
If you can see that flashing like right in the middle of the screen, I'll play it again. Look closer. Look at Meanie's face. Like if you're watching this on live right now, look at Meanie's face and you'll see where the flashing is.
I'm going to try to zoom in over here too. These are a little harder to see just because of the lights, but there's 2 over here too. The one's a little lost in the clouds, but the second one I think you can see flashing.
And then this one is the one directly from the left of my house, like right above my house.
Bro, what the fuck? There's another one. Dude, right there. What the fuck?
That one, that third one there was the clearest one, I think, on my phone. You can see it really well where it's like you can see the red and green flashing real well. But
yeah. I love that, people are taking videos of these because like the biggest thing is like when you say you've seen, people go, oh, I saw a UFO. Well, how come there aren't more clear photos with, iPhones and everything? Well, look at all these drone photos.
Yeah. Well, you'd said to me, like, I tried and I have my big professional like camera rig, and I have like a longer lens that could, I think it's like an 800 or an 80 to 200, like it's a long zoom lens. And I set it up to try to get it, but it was so dark that I'd have to do a long exposure and these things are moving. So it's like, you're just going to get light street. Like nothing was on there. And it was like, what the fuck? But again, that's not how the principles of photography work, y'all. If you have an iPhone or an Android and it's that high up in the sky, remember at night, you're not going to get a clear picture of it. You're just going to see a lot of grain. So that's as good as you're going to do.
That just proves my point when people are like, oh, well, people have iPhones now. They should be taking, great photos of UFOs.
I wish they would just tell us, man. I do. I wish they would just tell us the fuck is going on.
And I have a feeling this ain't going to be ending soon. For whatever it is. I mean, I could say they're UFO, UAP, but I don't want to commit to it until somebody officially says something.
Yeah,
but if they're coming out off of the ocean.
Right.
I mean, where are they launching from?
Where are they coming from? Like where?
There was a rumor. Somebody said, "Oh, it's from they're from Iran, and there's a mothership that And then, of course, the guy who can't tell us what it is says, "Well, it's definitely not Iranian." Well, how do you know?
Right. Like how? So okay, so it's not Iranian, right? It's not Chinese. It's not Russian. So you can say all these things, and it's like, okay, well then what is it?
Definitively,
right? You can definitively say, like without any pretext or any addenda, you can say that it's fucking Iran or that it's not fucking Iran, and it's not China and it's not Russia. Okay, cool. What is it?
Yeah.
Why won't you just say what it is? Like again, politics aside, like we have the most sophisticated military in the world, the most sophisticated everything in the world. How do you not know what this is?
Right.
I don't buy it.
Yeah, I'm not buying it. And, as soon as I get off of here, I'll be glued to my phone looking at videos,
And if anybody in the chat here, so we had a lively chat going on here as well. If anybody has seen any of these drones, let us know because we want to talk about it here. On the show during this part of the show. James Weston says drones flying over New Jersey looking for what's left of Aaron Rodgers' career.
That's why there's so many of them.
That's why there's a lot. Yeah, they're looking for he had a 36-second play. It was very, very important apparently. That was it's a good thing. But I will keep an eye out for them. Obviously didn't see anything last night. I wasn't home, which we'll get into that in a second. But I don't know, man. I feel a lot of different things about that right now, and then I think I read something else. So I don't know how true this is. Let me pull it up on the old shit box here. Forget what it was, but it was something where like one of the drones was like inside of, or it was like stuck like it was pulling from like a solar panel or some kind of electrical panel. Like it landed and it was sucking the electricity out or something. It was like, what the fuck is going on here? What is happening? I have to source that. Don't quote me or source me on that. I didn't get a chance to pull up the actual text of the tweet because of course I can't find it now. But yeah, there's some kind of alert. Let me see if I can find it while we're there. Has anybody else seen these drones? Let me see. Mass sanity. The drones are in search of the soiled underwear that Meanie left on the roof. I think they are.
Some have been spotted in Michigan.
Yeah.
They've been spotted, Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania. I was watching a news report, somebody from Tennessee saw them. Henry Godwin posted on his social media the other day. One was flying over his place in West Virginia. And there, as people are seeing them out as far as Minnesota, and it's insane.
It's wild.
And then you got the stories over in Oregon where the commercial pilots are seeing stuff in the sky that they can't explain, and people are like, "Well, it's just Starlink." I think we all know what Starlink looks like now.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we figured out what Starlink looks like, and I'll take the word over a trained pilot who's in the air all the time.
Well, right. You can easily see, like, even last or Friday night when I was out there, I saw a Starlink or something. Like, you can see it move. Like, you can literally, it's like, looks like a star. And every, I don't know, hour or so, or like there's a specific timeline my buddy Jim told me about, you can see it move in the sky. It like moves in a straight line almost. And it just goes from one section to the next. And so that is like, okay, well, I know what that is, right? And I know what the planes that are high up in the sky, I know what they look like, but that wasn't any of those things. And to say and to dismiss people like that when they're actually having these experiences is kind of shitty. It's like we're literally watching this. We're literally watching this. And it's just, I don't know, man. The boss says Jerry Jones flying drones. Those Cowboys need something.
He also, it's a Go Birds.
Go Birds. Oh yeah.
Go.
Fucking gang day. Gang birds.
Thank you for that. We appreciate you, and we appreciate you joining us here. So, in any event, sir, we'll keep an update on this, and we'll keep you posted if anything comes up. Please feel free to tweet us your videos or your photos or anything that's going on out there with these drones, because it's obviously we want to see it. We want to talk about it here on the show because it's important to us. And it's something that we're both following and both very invested in. So, and obviously next week when we jump on, if there's anything new updating wise, I'll let you know. But, so anyway, sir, how are you is the better question.
A little hungover, but I'm good. Had a few daddy sodas last night. Went to McCusker's for a little bit.
Nice.
And I'm doing good. Feeling better.
Good.
My schedule's getting a little bit back to normal, so I'm happy with that. But other than that, I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm good, man. I'm fucking exhausted. I'm wiped, man. I was at Saturday night's main event last night in the press box. Not too many selfies though. Not too much fun. Just enough.
Yeah, man. You look like you were having fun last night. I was going to say something about that.
I was having way too much fun. It was way too much fun. I had to tone it down next time for the Rumble. So thank you for checking me. I appreciate that.
Yeah, be a goddamn professional. Sure.
God forbid I hang out with my friends. But yes, it was a lot of fun. It was at the Nassau Coliseum, open Long Island, New York. It was a cool event. I don't know if you had a chance to check any of it out, but
oh yeah, I watched it.
Yeah, dude, Jesse Ventura coming out. First of all, let's take a look at this shirt here. This brand new piece of clothing I picked up while I was up there in New York, and he's dressed this Jesse Ventura shirt. I saw it. I was like, I wasn't sure if I was going to get anything because I have a drawer full of t-shirts, but I saw this and I was like, I can't pass this one up, man. There's no way. So I snagged it, and it was fun. We got to sit up in the press box there, facing a ring.
I would hope facing the ring.
I would hope, yeah. It would have been shitty, kind of like facing the opposite way, but yeah. So I'm trying to think of some of the highlights from last night. Well, Chelsea Green obviously winning the Women's United States Championship.
She got a great reaction.
Oh man, she was. I can tell you, like in the crowd, like before when they did the promo package, and the crowd went crazy for her. They went absolutely nuts, and "Let's go Chelsea" chants the whole time. So kind of had an idea this was going to happen, right? Like you kind of knew, and then she hit the "I'm prettier," and the place went crazy. Like you saw, like on all four sides of the ring, you saw everybody like stand up when she hit her finisher. And then they like moved forward to count and scream, and the whole fucking place went crazy when she won. It was a pretty cool moment. So, how do you feel about Chelsea winning that new inaugural title?
Dude, like I liked both to either win, but either one to win. But I think they made the right decision, and I like how they did the nod to Randy Savage and Liz with Piper putting her up on her shoulder. It was great. The belt looks awesome. Her gear was great with her face all over her gear. But she's a great character, and it's a good moment too because she's been in WWE, and it seemed like anytime she was getting some little bit of momentum, she would have some kind of injury.
Yeah.
She had like that forearm issue where she broke her forearm, and then they put a plate in, and she ended up being allergic to the metal that was.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
in her forearm, and just setback after setback, and now she's got this momentum, and she's doing fantastic. So, kudos to her. Congratulations to her for being the first ever women's United States champion. Now they're doing the women's Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah,
and I think that'll be great as well.
Yeah, I'm excited for these new titles for the women's division. I think it's long overdue. I think they needed something. You have this, like, to be fair, like the roster itself is totally stacked, right? Like you have so much solid talent on that roster, and to only have like a tag team title set and then just the two big ones, it's like, well, maybe we should church this up a little bit, and I'm glad they're doing it.
It's good to have a secondary title,
I still want to see Rhea Ripley win the men's Intercontinental Championship, but that's a whole nother story for another day. Give her the China run, which would be great. But I feel like it's going to be for the women's Intercontinental. I feel like it's probably going to be Dakota Kai or Natalya. Me personally, I'd like to see Natalya win it just because she's like the workhorse of that company in the women's division, man. She's crushed it for so long. But I think Dakota Kai would also be a very solid choice. What did you think of Saturday night's main event overall? What were your thoughts? What was your takeaways? What did you enjoy the most? Did you hate anything? What were your thoughts?
Dude, growing up in the 80s, having watched the very first one as a kid, I loved just the feel of it. I mean, even that they even went to spend the money for the the band Animotion, the song Obsession, which was the opening theme to the original Saturday night's main event. So, and they had the other music as well that I think they had two different opening themes.
Yeah.
They eventually moved on from Animotion. But I'm glad they spent the money for the song, and some of the packaging, it was very familiar. I loved it. It was great. It took me back. It was from them using the red, white, and blue ropes to the refs in the powder blue uniforms.
Yeah.
Turnbuckle pads with the old school WWF logo, and of course, Cody coming out in with the winged eagle belt.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, there's a lot of people going, he might come out with the winged eagle. I was like, ooh, or imagine if he came out with the belt that his dad tried to win.
Yes.
Imagine if he wore that to the ring last night. That kind of would have been a nice touch too. But the winged eagle,
man,
all-time classic.
And what was cool is you can find the photos online and all over Twitter and everywhere else. But it looks like that based on his gear and his entrance and shit, that title looks like it was fucking made for him. It was just the perfect capstone to the whole thing. And man, it was fucking cool. But Finn Balor and your the homie, rather, friend of the show, Damian Priest, came up short against Gunther. What did you think of that match? I thought that was a really solid triple threat. I thought all three of them. I remember sitting there being like, wow, Balor and Gunther is going to be fantastic. But now Priest involved in this too is going to be next level shit. And the crowd really liked it, man. I saw nothing but people cheering the whole time.
I didn't think, it'd be possible for Gunther to kind of be a baby face.
Yeah.
But he's kind of going that way, and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see. Priest is teetering on, heel baby face as well. and then Finn's just a full blown heel. But I knew that match was going to be hard hitting. Especially Gunther and Finn coming from the European scene, Ireland, and Gunther's from Germany, I believe. That whole area, I'm sure their paths have crossed, so they have a lot of familiarity. But Damien, he can go with anybody, big or small, and he can fight like a big man, and he can fly like a smaller dude. So, that was one of the matches I was looking forward to the most, just because, not only because I like everybody involved, but just I knew it was going to be a hard-hitting match.
Some people in the chat here, it says, a lot of people have been asking for the old title belt for a long time. They shouldn't have ever changed it. I mean, I think there was a very specific branding reason why they changed that belt. Not necessarily at the very beginning, like when they went to the Big Eagle. I think it was just for them. I think it was probably time for a change. Just a newer design, I guess, after a certain point. But I think now, and Meanie, you could probably speak to this a little bit more, but I think now with the big WWE logo on the belts, I mean, they're not going to change that. That's free publicity everywhere.
Yeah. I was disappointed when Austin won the belt and they changed from the Winged Eagle to the Big Eagle.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, because of certain belt, like you said, certain belts look like they're made for people. Mm-hmm. That Winged Eagle looked like it could have been made for Stone Cold Steve Austin, with the black vest, black boots, black trunks. Then they have that belt on there. Totally badass. And then they switched. I was like, eh. But, that's what makes it special. Well, that's why it's, what makes it special about bringing the Winged Eagle back for one night, to have that nostalgia.
Yeah.
Hopefully, supposedly there's supposed to be another Saturday Night's Main Event end of next month.
Yep.
Hopefully they bring back the tag belts for one night, the old school tag belts.
Oh, that would be cool, man. That would be super cool.
Yeah. Randomly bring back a belt from the past just for one night. That'd be awesome.
That would be a lot of fun, man. Yeah, like I said, it was very over with the crowd. I know I popped hard to see that old school belt. I thought that was really cool.
With the unveiling.
Yeah, he's he's at the front. He's got the big coat on, and then he turns around and he throws his arm. He throws the coat open, and it's right about his belt. I was like, oh fuck, it's true, it happened. No, I thought it was great. I thought they did a really good job with that presentation, but there was a lot of shenanigans that happened after the show went off the air. Cody was in the ring. KO came in and attacked him and hit him with a package pile driver, which we haven't seen too many times on TV. Recently he did it to Randy Orton last month, and now, Kevin. So basically Kevin stood on top of him. They were doing the stretcher, put him on the stretcher. Kevin stood on top of his stomach and grabbed the Winged Eagle and then left the building with the Winged Eagle. There was some shenanigans at the front or at the entranceway with Triple H as well. Triple H is shoving him, and they got into each other's faces there. So that's a very interesting portion of whatever is coming in the storyline. But what did you think of that whole segment there?
I caught that online, and it's well done. Yeah. I knew they had the pile driver banned for a little bit, but the package pile driver, I mean, it's a safe move, and the way he does it, he totally protects people. And I'm sure they're going to save that footage for the online community. Just it has the show went off the air,
Yep.
And also conveniently, there's a camera in the crowd that caught it, which I don't know if it's a Planet, quote unquote fan taking the footage, but it was cool that it was conveniently caught on camera, and we'll see where that goes. It'd be funny if he walked off with the Wing Eagle, and the Triple H is like, "Hey, bring that back. We got to sell these things." We did that for the store, dude. Yeah. Yeah, immediately after the thing, they put up the graphic online that you can now buy the Winged Eagle belt signed by Cody.
Yep.
That's like $700, bro.
Oh, man. Who's got the money for that, man?
Oh, I'm sure somebody will figure out a way. They'll sell a kidney or,
Jesus, man.
sell their farts in a jar,
We still need to figure that out. I wonder if you farted inside of a jar and sealed it, if it would stay stinky.
Yeah.
Like, these are the questions we need to know answers to.
I guess I'll be buying some mason jars after the game today.
All the Pabst farts that you're having today. Those will be the good ones.
I'm surprised there should be a pile of sawdust underneath this chair right now. I'm fucking drilling for oil over here.
Oh, my God, man. Mass Entity says WWE has put the pile driver footage on YouTube. Yes, it is definitely up online right now. Pile drivers get people stretchered in WWE. The move on to steps in other companies is a setup move. Yeah, I mean, that was the whole gimmick, right? Like, that was the whole thing, is that they were setting up for the next steps and getting Cody out and doing the whole thing. And Jesse Brown says, making his own brand of meanie shine. Yep, that's exactly right. That's not the kind of stuff you want to drink.
Yeah, man.
Probably over fermented.
It probably looks like a jar of absinthe. Just
oof, oof. What is that? You fucking open that up and it's like a goddamn, like that scene in The Simpsons where he puts something too long in the microwave and it looks like the atomic bomb goes off. Woo-wee. I didn't expect all that. Well, there it is. You know what Pierce would say.
I can't remember what regular air smells like.
Yeah, that's where I would be for the next 2 weeks after that. Matthew Rodriguez says, fun fact, Kevin has not used the package pile driver in 10 years since the Indies. Never used it in WWE. That's an interesting fact. I was not aware of that. That's pretty cool, though. Yep. A jar of abstinence. That's not what we said. That's not what we said, sir. And then James Weston, $700. No wonder WWE is worth so much. I think it has a little bit more to do with some of the other things, but the belts. But yeah, I would never spend. I'm sorry, man. I love this business and what we talk about and what I write about, but I can't justify spending $700 for something to sit on my shelf, man. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Not from there. So let's see. I'm going to go back into some of these other comments here. Mass Sanity says Harley Cameron wants RJ City, oh my God, to fart in his coffee. I told him that farting in live streams is your gimmick. So
hold on,
we're gonna have another crossover event, folks. Love our Sunday morning chats with RJ City where he shows up.
Let's find RJ's chat.
Start cussing us out in his live stream.
Yeah.
Mass
today he's live in nope. Can't have the Dixon theme on here.
Yep.
So, okay.
He says, Mass Entity says, do you think this will lead to Owens beating Cody? I almost think it has to. Honestly, dude, I absolutely think it's going to happen. It feels like it needs to happen in some ways. Especially Owens has been taking these losses for however long now. And I think at a certain point, you got to give him the win. You got to just let him go over and let it be a shock. I honestly thought when I was doing the prediction stuff on Sports Illustrated, I honestly thought that it was going to be Owens beating Cody in this really shocking, main event on NBC kind of thing. But I don't know. I can't imagine that it doesn't lead to it at some point for that belt. So what do you think, Meanie?
Hold on.
Oh, sorry. Still messaging. I'm sorry.
I said, sir, farting's on live streams is my gimmick. And good morning.
Oh my God, I love it. He's going to be in here in a second going wild, buck wild.
Yeah.
He's going to be yelling at us. Oh, man.
Oh, Harley Cameron sent him a super chat.
Nice.
There we go.
So yeah, what do you think, man? You think eventually Kevin Owens is going to beat Cody for that title?
I don't know because at least one Cody did defend it at WrestleMania. You know, he won it at WrestleMania. So I mean, why not? Let him make it a full year with the belt. It would be super crazy and not the wrestler. It would be super crazy to take the belt off him that soon.
Yeah.
Especially, there's a possibility they could have like Roman Cody, the rematch.
Yeah.
At Mania where, where Cody, successfully defends it, So I'd love to see, Kevin get another run with a world title, but
yeah,
not at the expense of Cody, losing the belt,
Yeah, no, I agree. One other thing, sir, that I agree about.
Yes, dear.
If I may, sir, is a question.
What's that?
Yeah, of course.
Are you ready to ask Meanie?
I would love to. It's time to ask Meanie anything. Ask me something.
Yeah, of course.
This is a drizzling shit.
I can't remember what regular air smells like.
Don't forget to tweet us your questions using the hashtag Ask Meanie. That's what those jars are gonna fucking. That's your response when you get those jars, man.
It fucking stinks in here,
It's
bro.
gonna be bad. All I'm picturing is your what did you call it? The wood chipping or the
sawdust.
The sawdust. All I can picture is you sitting there and all of a sudden just this behind you with the sawdust. Meanie, what happened? Are you okay?
It's like when you put baby powder on a baby's ass and it farts.
Just out there. I love it. What are you sipping on today, sir?
Oh, yeah. I actually remembered.
Yeah,
I have a Canada Dry Mandarin Orange.
Nice choice.
So while RJ's doing coffee on his stream, we're doing seltzers on ours.
Love it. I remember those old Canada Dry commercials where they would sing the song, and every time I see Canada Dry, it's the only thing I think about is that song in my head. And I don't want to sing it because it's one of those earworms. But yes. I got the cheap shit from Aldi. I got the Sparkling Frost Orange Mango this morning. Thank you, Audrey, for bringing this up from downstairs. We appreciate you. We're going to crack this here in 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah.
Had to do the assisted Sandman today.
Smells so good. Cheers, beers. Pinkies up.
Yep. Pinkies up.
Oh, man. Good shit.
Good shit, pal.
You got that, John? That sound clip?
Yeah. Oh, hold on.
The Blue Meanie.
I got to get that one.
I got to trim that up.
The Bouse is here, and the Bouse says, Meanie, ever had Angela's cheesesteak or Uncle Charlie's at Citizens Bank Park?
Definitely had Angelo's. Angelo's is fantastic.
It's a Philly staple, man.
Dude, I was at a convention, and there's some fellas from out of town, and they come up to me. They're like, "Oh, would you like a cheesesteak?" Because I turned them on to John's Roast Pork.
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey, go to John's Roast Pork." Blah 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 blah. So the next convention, they're like, "Oh, would you like a John's Roast Pork?" And I was like, "Oh, absolutely." So they went there, but John's was closed for remodeling. And they came back with an Angelo's. And I was like, oh, my God. that steak was amazing.
Yeah, man.
The way they melt the cheese into the steak and just it's like the right amount of meat and cheese that blocks your airway as you're trying to swallow. It's like very erotic.
I'm very aroused.
I'm very aroused, sir.
That's right.
It's a very arousing cheesesteak.
I love me some Angelo's, man. I haven't been down there in a long time, but we're going to take a trip to Philly pretty soon because Federal Donuts is going to have their holiday donuts soon. And that's like my big end of year, splurge is to go and go crazy, and I'm hoping I can get down to Angelo's at that point. But I've never eaten Uncle Charlie's. What is it?
I've never had that.
I'm not sure.
I've never had it, so if you can smarten us up.
Yeah, let me see. I'm going to go to the old Google machine.
I'm sure it's named after Charlie Manuel.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Let me see.
Good old Uncle Charlie
in the Citizens Bank Park. Uncle Charlie's. Oh, it is a cheesesteak place. Okay, so Uncle Charlie's cheesesteak. Yeah, I mean, it kind of just looks like every other cheesesteak. This is what it looks like here,
right?
But I'm sure it's dope. Like I'm sure it's great. I just can't imagine liking anything more than I like Angelo's. I don't know.
Or even cleavers, like even that one's super dope. Yeah, here's another joint. Sometimes the onions on these places are a little too big for me. You know what I mean? Like if I'm like it's, you know what I'm talking about? Like the texture of it is too much.
Yeah.
And it's like I want them chopped up real nice and fine and like fucking. I don't want the stringy Johns. I don't want the ones that are like this big, this fucking rectangle Johns. Chop them suckers up, man. It's not that difficult.
Yeah. But I love when they put the cheese on the top and then they flip it over onto itself.
Yes.
Cheese gets into the middle of the steak, and it's just like, you know.
That's it, man. That's it. I'm very aroused. I'm sweating.
I want to start a website only steaks. You know?
Just slowly eating the food.
Yeah.
Slowly. That's the way you take the roll. You take the big roll. You put it on top where the cheese is. You take your spatula and flip it over and choop, slip it up. That's the way to do it, man. I dig it.
And you put you can put the lid over it so it melts even better.
Just seeps right in everything, and you get that nasty crust off of the grill too, because you know they've been cooking on that sucker for like 6-7 hours. You know, so you get all the extras on there. Oh, sweet Jesus! I know what I'm doing today.
You know what you can eat on. I don't even know if I should say. You know what you can eat on bread that you can't eat on pussy?
What?
The crust. You're welcome.
Oh, man.
Now go have some breakfast.
I'm going to be sick. Maddie, James Wesson's, people watch Only Steaks like your family dog watches you eating supper.
Yeah. Do you ever watch a dog and watch you eat M&Ms? You know, one at a time, just like.
Yep. He's watching it go.
Hold on. I got one for the mic. Hold on.
Here we go.
Same.
Oh my God.
I can't remember what regular air smells like.
That was sustained. Holy shit, man.
It smells like fucking battery acid. It's like.
Carl's gonna be like, "What the fuck am I listening to?"
Please isolate that.
Yo, asshole! I don't fucking sound like that.
I have everything. I have all of our tracks recorded on the board today, so I will definitely have it. He grossed himself out. Wait, James Weston says that like an exorcism. It sounds like an exorcism. Oh my God! Don't get Adam sick again. He says, "No, that's not possible, man. I stay sick from now until fucking WrestleMania season. That's what's gonna happen." Jesse Brown, I feel better after that fart. I can't imagine how Meanie feels. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm sure he got all the exercise and all them demons from those Pabst Blue Ribbons.
Ever fart and you feel the pressure in your back just go away? So
yep.
Like, oh
God. Yep.
Yeah.
It's that pain. It's like you're swelling at your fucking lower half there because you got to let one rip. Yeah, dude. Fuck all that. Mass Sanity says, as a wrestler, did you like the smaller entranceway that they did last night on Saturday night's main event?
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
It was great. They had the fans that close, and the fans were respectful of the wrestlers going down the aisle. So, they didn't make them regret going with the tighter aisleway. So I loved it. It was great.
Yeah, I thought they did a really good job with the setup and everything else. I mean, I thought it was wonderful. You want to second? My screen's frozen here. I apologize, y'all. Here we go. So we got Ike Ikerson. It's our last question of the day. Says, hey, Blue and Goob. Greetings from Richmond, Virginia.
Nice.
What up, man? Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm not there normally. Oh, okay. Well, hope you enjoy your time in Richmond. Richmond's a nice place. If you're down there for long, check out a place called Cuba Dos. It's a great Cuban restaurant down there. Here's an Ask Meanie. Do you or Soul Brother Goob, thank you, that'll be my name from now on, have a good airport layover story?
Layover?
Great question.
I'm sure I do. I just can't. Let me think. How about you? You go first.
Yeah, I got to think about it too. I don't know if I've ever had any issues, knock on wood, where I've had like,
Well, no, one time, I think it was 2018, I had to go interview for a job in Nashville, Tennessee. The company that I was working for was selling the building that I was at in Philadelphia, and they wanted to keep me on board, but they wanted me to move my family to Nashville. So I booked a flight. I found a cheap flight with, I think it was Frontier or one of them like shitty low budget airlines. And I booked my flight from Philly to Orlando, and then Orlando was supposed to connect to Nashville. The company booked it as two separate flights. So my luggage never left Orlando. And so I have all of my suit. I have all of my toiletries. I have all my stuff. I had nothing, right? I have nothing to bring with me. And so I was in Nashville for, I think, like 3 days because I had to go walk the property and I had to meet with everybody and do the whole thing. And I was there for 3 days without anything.
Jesus.
And so I had to go to the Macy's and I had to buy everything. The airline's like, yeah, just buy all the stuff and comp it. You know, we'll comp you back for it. I had to buy a whole new suit, brand new dress shoes, underwear, like T-shirts and shit, like everything, right? And so the airline calls me and they're like, yeah, we're going to get the suitcase to you tomorrow for, you know, it's coming into Nashville. The suitcase never shows up. So now I think all my shit's lost, right? So apparently what happened was they flew it from Orlando back to Philadelphia instead of flying it to Nashville. So I swear to God, my luggage goes Philly to Orlando, back to Philly, back to Orlando again, then into Nashville. And then my luggage ends up on the same plane, the one, like the nonstop plane from Nashville to Philly on my way back. So I'm getting in the airport and I go to the counter and I'm like, I see my fucking luggage on the conveyor belt as it's heading back to Philadelphia.
Oh my God.
Like, what the fuck, man? It was like a $400 or $500 expense I had to do for my clothes. Like I need a suit. Like, you know what I mean? Like I got to go interview with the CEO of this company. I don't have anything. So that was probably, knock on wood, hopefully no other major issues. American, I usually fly now. I'd rather spend the extra to fly American. But that was like the craziest so far. What about you?
I can't think of a layover, but there was a flight. You just jarred a memory loose where I was flying from Philly to Nashville for a show, and getting on the plane, I'm in line behind Howie Roseman.
Oh shit!
And I get in my seat, and I guess I'm in a row with where Howie's wife and kids are. And one of his kids was in the back of the plane. They asked if I could switch seats. I went, okay. So I switched seats. So we land in Nashville. I get off the plane in Nashville, and then there's Peter Laviolette, the former Flyers coach, who's now with who was then with the Nashville Predators. So I was like, in 2 days, I mean, in one flight, I saw two guys, two Philly staples,
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was going to Nashville, so you jarred that memory loose. Layover, not really. Just being miserable that flight's delayed, or something, But
actually, I think I may have had one miserable time recently when I was in Boston for work earlier this year. I remember messaging you because I think we were supposed to record that morning on Saturday, and I was stuck in Boston. I think I was stuck in Logan for like 6 hours because of the storms. But yeah, nothing crazy, but. What's crazy is that Meanie is still sitting in that smell.
Oh,
so
brutal.
We're going to wrap it up right here. We want to thank you for your questions and thank you for watching the show and listening to the show each and every week and being a part of it with us. We love your questions. We love your comments. It's always a good time here. But Blue Guy, you know what time it is, sir.
Yes, sir.
Peace to enrichment with this beautiful, sexy beat here.
Yes.
Where can everybody keep up to date with all things blue when they're not listening to the show?
If you would like to follow the Blue Meanie on all forms of social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, at Blue Meanie BWO. If you would like to support the Blue Meanie, go to ProWrestlingTees.com/Blue Meanie. To support Mind of the Meanie, go to ProWrestlingTees.com/Mind of the Meanie. MadCatBeardCare.com. Use the Blue Spruce Beard Oil and Balm. If you're a bearded fellow like myself, you want to look good, you want to smell good, go over to MadCatBeardCare.com. Get the Blue Spruce Beard Oil and Balm. The Ultra Pro Wrestling video game coming to all major consoles in 2025. I got to fix this update. Ultra Pro Wrestling contains not only original characters created by the amazing Al Haney, but many real world wrestlers, including myself and many others. I'm trying not to spoil it. Go to ultraprowrestling.com or follow them on Twitter at UPW Video Game. That's ultraprowrestling.com or Twitter at UPW Video Game. The figure collection's Bone Crushing Wrestler Series 1s of variants of the Blue Meanie are available now. All Series 1s can be ordered right now at shop.figurecollections.com. That's shop.figurecollections.com. Type Blue Meanie into the search bar and get regular Blue Meanie or BWO Blue Meanie. Either way, there's no wrong choice. Cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO for birthdays, holidays, and well wishes. Book through the site, not through the app. The app takes too much of your hard work cash. I just did a couple last week, and they're a lot of fun. So if you want to make somebody's holidays or birthdays a little bit brighter, go to cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO. But more importantly, Mr. Barnard, where can we find you, sir?
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter. I'm not really on TikTok anymore, so don't even try there. I don't even post anything to it. You can also find me on Blue Sky as well at This Is Goober. Yes, it's my handle. No, I'm not changing it. It's a brand pal. You can find me there. You can also check out my other show, Foundation Radio, by going to foundationradio.net or watching some of the video footage at youtube.com/@FoundationRadioPod. Don't forget to check out my written work over at the Takedown on SI. I covered a lot of the event last night, so you can see all my live coverage there, plus all the news beats and anything that's coming up. You find me over there at the Takedown on SI, part of the Sports Illustrated family. Don't forget to go and check out my friends over at the 10th Ward Barbershop in downtown Lawrenceville, the outskirts of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's the holiday season. You want to look good. You want to feel good. And what better way than to go visit my friends over there? So stop by and see Kane and Jordan and the rest of the team. And schedule your appointment today at 10thwardbarbershop.com. ProWrestlingTees.com/Mind of the Meanie. ProWrestlingTees.com/Foundation Radio. Pick up a shirt and keep the lights on at Casa DeMeanie and the Barnard Home for Wayward and Troubled Youth. Don't forget to go to Patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. Sign up today. Tiers start at just $10. And you can go to subscribe to our other YouTube page at youtube.com/@Mind of the Meanie. You can find all of our archived shows there, every single one that Meanie and I have done together since the few we did in the beginning of the end of 2021 and all through 2022. You can check out everything there. Don't forget to follow us on our socials at Mind of the Meanie at Instagram, Twitter, and Blue Sky. I got to update our logos here, pal. I apologize. I'm a little behind on that, but don't forget to check us out over there. And don't forget also as well, please, we cannot do this show. We cannot be here with you without our friends at One True Sport. So go ahead and hit subscribe, hit like, comment on this video, share this video with your friends. Go to onetruesport.com right now. Pick up a t-shirt and support the brand. They have a lot of really cool people involved with this. Friend of the show, Rob Van Dam, is there.
Absolutely.
We have Bruiser Brody has the estate of Bruiser Brody has officially licensed t-shirts to our friends here. There's also Arn Anderson as well. And also the Blue Guy has his own threads up there as well. So you want to go check that out because then you pick up a shirt and you also support the show. So go ahead and take a look at onetruesport.com. We want to thank you for being a part of the show, being here with us each and every week. One last thing, I got to post this before we get out of here. James Weston says, we got to end the show because Meanie's gas melted his equipment.
Pretty much.
Yeah, the Roadcaster's stuck to the table. So we're going to get out of here. Thank you all so much. We appreciate you. Appreciate you listening. Tell a friend. Leave us a 5-star review anywhere you're listening to your podcast. And we thank you again for the Blue Meanie. I am Adam Barnard. Join us again each and every week as we take a trip through the mind of the Meanie. Peace.
This episode of Mind of the Meanie is hosted and executively produced by the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard. It was mixed and engineered by Carl Pinnell. Additional narration is provided by the executive voice, Sam Krebs. That's me. Our intro music was performed by the Swamp Candles. Our outro music was performed by Chikara. Additional musical accompaniment is performed by Enrichment. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter, or X or whatever, at Mind of the Meanie, and become part of the Pod Squad by going to patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. Find our entire show archive at mindofthemeanie.com. This has been a Butts Carlton media production. Butts Carlton, proprietor.
Blue World Order.
That was Blue Meanie's brain out.